set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon.
And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
2 yards to go, second down.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Jalen Warren,
47 yards.
and the Steelers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys, resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Here's Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Stafford.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. To the air again, Stafford. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Now Stafford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Stafford. Caught left side, Williams. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Stafford now to throw. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4.
To throw is Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll run for the first time here with Kyron Williams. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here's Stafford.
Finding Williams on the check down.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Demarcus Robinson. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Rams are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
He finds Austin complete.
2nd and 6. Back to throw. Fields.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Now this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. And that flag accepted.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Throwing is Stafford.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by DeMonte Casey. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here's Fields.
Completes it to Austin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Here's Fields.
This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Up the middle, it's Williams. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They can't tackle him. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Short throw, it's Higbee. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Stafford. This is caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. Back to throw. Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams from a yard out. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. This Pittsburgh offense, led by Calvin Austin, running back out.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Stafford. Touchdown!
Puka Nacua.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And he returns this to the 22.
And now out come the Steelers.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 10. Fields.
He gets it complete to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Fields now to throw.
It's brought in by Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Fields. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
To throw is Fields. Here's Freiermuth again. And he will have a Steelers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Harris running straight ahead. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, that is a complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Boy, Brandon, a missed opportunity there at the end of this first half. You'd love to give your guys a lead going into the break, but this effort doesn't find the mark, and that's going to keep things all square.
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Apologies to Coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. Third quarter action ready to go.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Now Fields. Austin is there and brings in another one.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
From the gun on third down, Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down.
They snap it to Fields.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down.
To the air again, Fields. Completes Austin here over the middle.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
14 more yards. That's another Steelers first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Pat Fryermuth.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down at 7.
Short throw, it's Higbee. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Stafford. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Down to the 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Williams going to get it again on second down.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Rams.
Stafford now to throw.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this third and long. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They snap it to Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Back to throw. Fields.
Completes it to Austin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and
Here's Fields.
at the 43-yard line.
Slant route, and he's got Fryermuth.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for us.
Here's Fields.
The 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Throwing again is Fields.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
At the 4-yard line. A 10-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Fields.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Fryermuth.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually...
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris,
A 3-yard touchdown run.
and the Steelers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Stafford. His throw incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is...
And my goodness, another interception. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton. And got his man, complete. Touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. LA readies for its next possession.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey.